User was moved to your channel. User was moved to your channel. User joined your channel.
Power.
All right, and welcome to the Can-Am Series here on ETV Live tonight. This is their season finale here at Iowa Speedway, scheduled for 125 laps. It's me, Matt Close, in the booth. Beside me, you got George Wood, and down on the cameras tonight, you've got Laura from LSR TV, newly joining along on ETV Live's website with us. George, let's look at the points tonight. Coming in, you got Chalmers Parker out front. And behind him,
you definitely have John Hanna Jr. right behind him with Sam Edwards tied for second place, only 2 back. This is a 3-way tie coming into this race here, Matt.
Yeah, George, down in fourth, you got Greg Netherwood. It's 27 back, so it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for these guys going on through the night. And behind him, you got Bruce Perry in that 5th place, 35 points back.
Yep, but do not count out Greg Netherwood. He is sitting there waiting for something to happen, and this is a short track. It's still 7/8 of a mile. Things can happen here at Iowa.
All right, yeah, and let's go through the last of the top 10 here in the points. You got Patrick Hahi in 6th place, 68 points back. In 7th place in the points, you got Nicholas Silver, 80 points back. 8th place in the points, you've got Greg Richardson, 108 points back. At 9th place, you got Mike King, over 100 points back, 110. And then rounding out your top 10 in points, you got Sean Casto, 120 points back with 340 points tonight.
Yep, and don't count either one of them out, Matt. They're still racing for points. They're still racing for pride. Don't expect them to move ever for the leaders when they come through.
Yeah, George, all right. And coming in tonight, like we said, season finale for these Can-Am drivers here alongside with the RSR Racing League. Here at Iowa, 125 laps scheduled for them. They're going through their qualifying right now and warm up, but as we talked to them, George, they said they want that high groove whenever they're going for the pass.
Yeah, the high groove here really works, especially when you're coming out of 3 and 4. You want to get a real long drag down this front stretch tri-oval and try to barrel it down into 1. Hopefully it sticks. You can complete some passes down into 1 and 2 there, Matt.
All right, Greg. And as I'm looking at last week's results a little bit, you've got Chalmers Parker, not too bad of a finish. You've got him in 6th place in that 41 machine, 4 seconds off. But you got some people like Sean Casto, 10th place in points, who gained some points back up in the championship, put him in that top 10 for this week.
Yeah, where it really hurt John Hanna was finishing 15th last week. He really lost some ground to everyone, and Sam Edwards got back in the place with an 8th place finish here, Matt.
Yeah, so Sam Edwards just definitely limiting the amount of points he would lose coming into this week, the season finale, guys. So Chalmers Parker trying to take that championship away from the 1st place in points tonight. Sam Edwards also coming up with John Hanna Jr. trying to get those extra 2 points over him.
Yeah, we definitely got to keep an eye on where these three are going to be all tonight and see exactly where they're going to finish, because it is a literal three-way tie coming into this last race. It's going to be some fireworks.
All right, and let's talk a little bit of their pit strategy. So far, we've heard from the pit road down there, guys saying maybe taking 2 tires, taking no tires, as it's hard to pass here at this track.
Real hard to pass. You know, the draft really does come into effect. Since they are a very relatively low horsepower engine, you really can't pull out. It's going to take a smooth wheel, it's going to take smooth pedals, and getting through the corner, and especially the center of these real surprisingly tight corners here at Iowa, getting through those corners as smooth as you can in order to get a fast lap.
Yeah, definitely trying just to get in there smooth. This track's really bumpy once you get pushed up in that high groove. So watch for anybody who gets up into that third groove above the second dotted line, guys, because they'll be heading for the wall quicker than they know it.
Yeah, and especially watch for it on restarts. These guys are going to be hungry, and they can gain the most, as many as they can on the restarts.
And all right, guys, as we're getting ready to go green here, we're going to send you down trackside for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Alright guys, back from the anthem now. Cars getting set up on the grid and ready to go racing tonight. George, tonight, starting on your pole, you have the number 5 of Sam Edwards starting out front, and on the outside of him, John Abbott. So just definitely a great start for Sam Edwards, trying to get those extra 3 points tonight to win the championship.
Yeah, back behind them we have Justin Rose now, and starting third, and Chalmers Park back there in fourth.
Yep, starting in 5th, you have the number 3 of John Milwain, and outside of him, the number 20 of Bruce Perry.
Back in 7th, you have Matt Paulman in the 40 machine, followed by him on the outside, Matt Rolfe in the 51.
Back in the 5th road, you got the 05 of Chris Cable. On the outside of him, you got that 6 of Josh Cheney.
Person that we got to watch tonight, John Hanna Jr. in the 4 car, starting 11th. Alongside him in the 36, Austin Stamper.
Back in the field, starting 13th, the number 58 of Justin Wilson, and on the outside of him, 57 of Greg Netherwood.
Sean Breitsman starts in 15th, followed by Trevor Williams in the 97, 16th.
Starting on the inside in the 17th position, the 00 of Jordan Smith, and on the outside of him, the 50 of Bo McCreary.
19th, you have John Ehlers, and 20th, Rich Jett in the 35.
Starting the 21st, you got the number 90 of Aaron Groskopf, and on the outside of him, Pete Zaneri.
And starting 23rd, you have Nathan Bowers, and 24th, Sean Casto.
25th, the number 12 of Douglas White, and on the 26th position, the number 29 of Greg Richardson.
Adam Roberts in the 88th machine starts 27th. Alongside him, Frank Coons in the 48.
Frank Coons wrapping out everybody who's taken a qualifying time tonight and starting at the rear for not qualifying. In the 29th position, you got the number 8 of Chad Cole. And on the outside of him, the 04 of Mike King.
And back 31st, you have the 96 of Nathan Smith, followed alongside of him, and the 44 of Glenn Campbell.
33rd position, you'll have the 93 of Chris Roberts. The 34th position, the 87 of Patrick Hahi. And starting 35th at the very tail end of the field, the number 21 of Christopher Curtizil.
Yeah. Some of these guys back here are starting, elected to not take time, and I wonder if that's actually strategy or rather just trying to get re-familiar with this machine here, Matt.
I would say not so much strategy as we talked to Chad Cole and Sam Edwards before the race, both saying very hard to get to the passing down here, so I don't think starting at the back would be too much of a strategy pick.
Yeah, especially started on a short track here. I mean, you're already starting at least a quarter to half a lap down on the leader by the time you take the green flag. Track position is an absolute must on a short track.
Alright guys, and as we're coming down the back stretch to take the green flag next time by, reminding you your points battle is Sam Edwards, Chalmers Parker, and John Hanna Jr. starting 1st, 4th, and 11th. So Sam Edwards getting ready to take the green flag here as we wait for the pace car to pull off.
Here they come down here. The 5 and the 10 are going to lead them in. Coming in, waiting for the, there goes the pace car, coming in. High line might work. The inside's going to get the jump. Green flag here, Matt.
Yeah, you got Sam Edwards already jumping out to that high side, making sure John Abbott doesn't have any chance to get out there to make that pass. Pulling out by a couple car lengths as they go into 2.
We have the 91 and the 41 2x2 off turn 2. We're going to see who's going to win this drag race as they barrel down into 3 on these cold tires.
They get the battle for 3rd, the 91 on the inside, the 41 of Chalmers Parker on the outside, trying to get that run down the front stretch as Chalmers Parker does, but probably won't be able to clear him by turn 1.
20 car Bruce Perry has a great view of this battle here for 4th and 5th as they come into turn 2 with the 51 hot on his tail. Got a good run on the outside here, Matt.
Yep, looking back out front, you've got Chalmers Parker finally moving up towards 3rd, now moving up onto John Abbott as they're coming down the front stretch. You got your points leader in 3rd and 2nd in points, Sam Edwards out front.
3 wide battle off of turn 3. I had to catch my breath there as they come into turn 1. Everybody's trying to stack single file, trying to get drafted, sorting themselves out, and picking up positions as quick as they can.
A little further back in the field, a battle for 8th place as you have Chris Cable just going by the 40 of Matt Hoffman, quickly falling back. He hit the apron in 1 and 2 as Matt Hoffman, Chris Cable, and John Hanna Jr. all got to go by him that lap.
Yeah, it looks like that high side's really starting to come into effect here. I'm watching this battle here for 14th, and it looks like the high side is going to prevail as they come off of 2 here on the 4th lap.
Yeah, 2 by 2 as they went down the backstretch there. Heading into turn 3, the 57 of Greg Netherwood getting the advantage, but right behind him, 46 not giving up is the 6 of Josh Chaney, is trying to keep his position there on the high side as they go into 1. You see that 46 dive in and the 6 pull just right back up on the high side.
Looking back here in 8th position, Chris Cable is holding it. He's already picked up one spot from the start, and he's already trying to make that second groove work here in 3 and 4, like we were saying there, Matt.
Single file out front, but for 2nd place right now, Chalmers Parker to the bottom as they enter turn 1. Looks like he's about to drive it in there deep, but John Abbott having that run on the outside as they come out of turn 2.
Yeah, the track didn't flatten out as much as it does there at Richmond, and you have a lot more room to run off, so that inside line sometimes does have an edge coming off of 2. As they come in here, still side by side, coming off of 4. Looks like he's going to pick up the position, at least at the flagman stand. Let's see if we can hold it down the backstretch.
Yeah, at the line, Chalmers Parker taking 2nd. Trying to clear Abbott as he enters the turn. Unable to do it as Abbott now gets side by side, even with him again as they go down 3.
Yeah, it looks like he's still trying to hold that position as they come out of here. Still side by side. It's going to let that car behind him pick up speed.
Car behind him is the 91 of Justin Rosano, who just got back by the number 3 of John Milwain just a few laps ago, closing in quickly but pulling away just as quick as the number 5 of Sam Edwards out front.
Yeah, it's looking pretty interesting here. It looks like the top group is working for some, while the bottom is certain to stick with the others. It's going to be interesting to see what these guys do on older tires, because that's when the real race is going to start here, Matt.
And just behind them, you've got the 05 of Chris Cable battling with John Hanna Jr., another points contender, as John Hanna Jr. is trying to make that low side work as Chris Cable goes way up the track in that 05.
Yeah, I'm looking back out here at front, and Sam Edwards is just starting to just slowly creep away. It looks like he's getting a great drive off the corner. He's just almost cleared out almost a second margin there on second place as he's taking this 10th lap here, going down on the back stretch. Looks like he's going to hold off and, oh, caution back there on the 5th putt.
No caution yet, actually, as the 91 of Justin Rosano just got loose, piling up a ton of people, so tons of contact, but no yellow out as both cars straighten to back out and going in the right way, but a lot of damage to that rear end of the number 91 car.
Yeah, I just caught it out of the corner of my eye. I just said, oh man, this guy's going sideways, he's going to pile up whole field, but he's got them stacked up and we're still going green flag.
The green flag racing, John Hanna Jr. picking up another position all the way up to 7th place, now 6th place actually, as he worked away around Justin Rosano. So moving his way towards Chalmers Parker, trying to make that battle interesting between the 3 cars for the championship tonight.
And that little contact up there in 4th and 5th place has really stacked the back here, back through 19th and 20th. We still got side-by-side action in the back as people are trying to sort themselves out, trying to figure out how these cars are going to work on these hot tires.
All right, back up front, Chalmers Parker completing the pass on John Abbott after that wreck occurred, but also reeling in the leader. So you got the leader in points, Chalmers Parker, reeling in 2nd place to Sam Edwards, trying to defend that championship and take home the prize tonight.
Yeah, we've got a 3-way battle back here in 4th, 5th, and 6th spot between John Milwain, Justin Rosanow, and I can't figure out who that 3rd car is. Maybe your eyes can see better there, Matt.
The Bruce Perry machine, number 20 on the inside. You got 20 Bruce Perry on the inside of that Justin Rosano machine, the number 91. But you guys got to remember, 91, extreme damage on that rear end of the machine, as that's John Hanna Jr. sitting right behind him there on the high side, trying to work his way around the 20 of Bruce Perry.
Yeah, that battle back there in 4th, 5th, and 6th spot has really let these leaders separate out. John Abbott in 3rd spot now easily has a 3 to 4 second lead over 4th, and it looks like the 41 machine has caught the leader. Let's go back up front.
Yeah, back up front, the 41, Chalmers Parker, all over the 5, looking left and looking right, trying to figure out which way is going to be the best to pass him.
He's looking, and it looks like he's just going to be happy just to sit back there for right now. But we're going to find out if he is actually going to try to take and lead a lap here soon.
Really close on that bumper as they go into 1. Taking a little bit of higher line, I've noticed, out of these turns, which almost got him into trouble out of 4 as the 5 slammed the door on him. But definitely trying to run that higher line and get a run down these straightaways on the 5 car.
Yeah, I'm sure he might really want a bonus point if they do give him in this series. And if he does, he's going to be hungry for it.
Definitely going to be hungry for it, even possibly staying out a little bit extra, as he almost gives the 5 a bump in the center of the turn. So what I'm seeing right now, George, is that 41 of Chalmers Parker rolling a little bit better just through the center.
Just a little bit through the center, but it looks like the 5 machine of Sam Edwards is really trying to get some good center drive, and it looks like the 41 is going to stick his nose down here into 1, see if he can make the bottom lane stick in a power move. I don't know if it's going to work. 5 machine's going to have momentum coming up on the top side. Looks like he's going to clear him coming into 3.
And there's a caution out on the racetrack as we're looking around trying to figure out what happened. Sounds like the number... We're hearing that the number 50 of McGuire was involved in it. So, as they're going down the front straightaway, McGuire just comes down into the 00, it looks like. So McGuire down into the 00, down the front straightaway, and just turns him back up into the wall where he gets stuck. They hit it so hard, and he'll have to take that behind the wall for the rest of the night, George.
Yeah, hopefully the track repair won't have to repair the wall for that one, but as leaders here coming here to pit road, we're going to see what kind of pit strategy are they going to have as everybody is here for the feeding time at the zoo.
Yep, as everybody coming down pit road after that 19-lap run under green. Tires are going to be a little bit worn, but definitely, like I said earlier, some track positioning is going to be involved here. Do you take 2 or do you take 4, which is going to help you better in the long run?
Yeah, 20 laps on your tires. I'm not sure. You still have 100 to go. You might be able to make it on fuel, but we're going to watch here, see if anybody's going to pull out early. Not really sure. It looks like everybody's taken 2 so far.
I believe that's possibly John Henn Jr. coming out on the front. Or no?
Looks like we got 4 tires there on the 91. 4 tires on the 4 machine.
Definitely some drivers taking 2 as we're watching a few pull off pit road earlier than others. We're definitely going to put the 5 back in the field. The 10 of John Abbott beats the 5 off the pit road, so it's going to be interesting what comes along here.
Yeah, we've got some cars sitting down there on pit road looking like they're trying to get some repairs done. We obviously have the 91, who definitely has a fast car, looking to try to get some damage repaired. And it looks like the 6 is finally going to pull off, trying to beat the pace car as everyone's finally shuffling off pit road.
Sim racing news and reviews since 2007, with new shows every week.
We're going to commercial for the rest of this caution, guys. We'll be right back.
And welcome back to the RSR Can-Am Racing Series, provided here for the EDV staff here on a Sunday night. This is your series finale. As we're getting here, we're on lap 21 under caution, and looks like they're trying to get the field reorganized here. Matt, some 2-tire takers, some 4-tire takers here. Who do you think's going to outlast here on the next green flag run?
I'd have to say the 4 tires is really going to hurt some people, because I'm trying to figure out where some people ended up, and you have the people out front, Chalmers Parker and Sam Edwards, all the way back in the field, 14th and 16th, and going even farther back, it looks as my scoreboard updates.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out myself now, as the whole pylon's starting to rearrange itself, and we can make some sense of what's going on. Looks like the 2-tire stops out front. Guys that were sitting back there in the traffic jam in 15th, 16th, 17th elected to take 2 tires, trying to get out front, stay out front, and out in front of the trouble.
George, I actually think I heard over the radio what is going on right now. Earlier on, I talked to the drivers, and they wouldn't tell me their fuel mileage because they were saying how they thought there'd be too many cautions, but I shared about 100 laps on gas when these guys fill the tanks all the way up. So Sam Edwards, the guy leading the race, just pulled down pit road again, probably trying to fill this thing up with as much fuel as he possibly can before that pace car pulls off.
Yeah, he was 16th when he came into the pits. No doubt he's going to be back a little bit further, but it might work out for him. We still have nearly everybody here on the lead lap, only 1 or 2 that might still be in the pits. He's going to be well back as he falls back to, looks like 21st in line as of right now. That's going to really hurt if he gets stuck back there.
Alright, so double file taking the green flag this time by your top 5 after the pits: Trevor Williams 97, 58 of Justin Wilson, number 40 of Matt Hoffman, number 10 of John Abbott, and number 3 of John Milwain. Rounding out your top 5 after that pit road shuffle.
Yeah, back in 6th, we still have Rich Jett. Chris Cable is in 7th. Austin Stamper in 8th. Adam Roberts has moved all the way up to 9th. He was a back marker qualifier, and impressive. Must have had a 2-tire stop on that last caution as we come here to green flag.
Taking green flag on lap 23, coming to 24. 97, Trevor Williams not getting the best restart we've seen some people get, but right behind him, too wide for second place.
2 by 2 all the way down into the backstretch as they try to barrel into turn 3. Looks like they're still trying to sort themselves out.
Going into 3 for the 5th position, John Abbott on the outside, the 05 of Chris Cable on the inside. Chris Cable getting the drive on the bottom and just slices his way up into the upper lane.
We've got a battle for the lead as Justin Wilson's looking to the bottom, trying to take it away from Trevor Williams up on the high side as they come down here into turn 2. Looks like Matt Hoffman in the 40s looking to try to leave him out, hung out to dry on the outside.
Yeah, that 40 looking for what lane is really going to go the fastest here as he's now under the 97. Coming down the straight, you got a new leader, 58, Justin Wilson.
Everybody's stacking in the corner. It looks like they're really, really bunching up here as it looks like top 8 are now running within 5 tenths of each other. Everybody, as they're trying to go 3 wide down here into turn 3, someone's got to give.
Yeah, as they're going to try and go 3 wide again. It looks like off the turn, but the 03, John Milwain, gives in between Chris Cable there.
Trevor Williams definitely out front, trying to stay out there. Trying, and turn. I don't know if he's going to hang up there on the high side there, Matt. He's looking awful nervous.
Definitely wants to keep that high side, though. If you leave that lane open, it's the passing lane. So unless he really gets loose off these turns, which I've heard the cars are very neutral tonight for most drivers, so not too many changes in the setup. Definitely that how you want to leave that inside available.
It's a great note that you make right there, because I'm looking back there in the 6th spot is John Abbott in that identifiable yellow 10 machine. There is a veteran who knows how to run the A car, knows how to run the B car. I believe he does run the trucks. If anybody knows how to get around a track, it's John Abbott.
Definitely John Abbott or Chad Cole, but Chad Cole definitely came down playing a little bit of the slow-paced game, probably thinking maybe no more cautions tonight, he can make it to the end.
Yeah, I'm looking back here through the field. Everybody's sorting themselves out single file, seeing how their new adjustments made. Looks like once these tires heat up, everybody sort of behaves themselves. Everybody wants to get positions here on the restarts.
Yeah, and as we're single filing out, except up for the lead, you got that 40 trying to dive it in there again, but actually costing position to Chris Cable.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to have to give up the ghost as Chris Cable's stuck on the outside. Looks like turn 3 and 4 might work on the bottom here as they come out to the flagman stand. I wonder if Hoffman's going to be able to take it from him.
Is Hoffman on the inside. And we have another caution out here on the track. So blowing that fuel strategy away as we're looking around for who went around. Oh, and a huge pile up in 1. It looks like it involves the 00. And the 90. As they go into 1, it just looks like that 00 plows him straight up the track, doesn't even attempt to make the turn, slowing up a ton of other cars here on turn 1.
Yeah, that's not really the caution that Justin Wilson wanted to see, even though it really was competitive up there for the race lead.
Alright, so we're getting word in that there was a wreck even before this one, possibly. Oh, and there was, coming off of 4, one of your points containers, John Hanna Jr. involved, actually, coming off of 4 in this wreck.
Yeah, I'm watching the live pit leaders are coming down here on pit road. Justin Wilson tried to suck everybody by staying out. He chicken, he finally came on the pit road. Looks like everybody's back here at the zoo, guys.
Alright, yep, so definitely coming down, taking tires and repairing some damage, but just to give you another update on the wreck, that involved the 4, John Hanna Jr., one of your points contenders, the 04 of King, just getting hammered by a car, bouncing off the outside wall and sending them all spinning down into the grass.
Everybody's down here on pit road. Looks like 4 tires is going to be the strategy for Justin Wilson. Everybody else looks like 4 tires as well. Man, looks like you want a little bit more sticky so that way you can stay out front and maybe get some clean positions here on the restart. Ooh, Is it's going to get 3 wide coming off here off of pit road. Oh, it's going to get tight. Ah. Whew. Man, that's close. You don't want to hurt your car coming off of pit road and have to come right back here, Matt.
Definitely not. And all right, George, as they come off a pit road and get settled back in the line and ready to go green, we're going to step away for a minute, and we'll be right back here with the Can-Am Series to finish up the 125 laps here after 33, the second caution of the night. Be right back.
Network joined 5,000 plus other listeners where you could hear everything from big 80s metal to classic rock and roll, country radio, ETV, live sports radio, even adult and unplugged rock and roll. HDRadioNetwork.com, one of the fastest growing internet radio networks. HDRadioNetwork.com. Take it with you, cowboy. Get the mobile app for Android, iPhone, iPad, and all the rest from TuneIn.com.
Alright, back here tonight after the completion of 34 laps, getting ready to go green here again as they're lining up the cars. 125 scheduled, like I said, so a little less than 100 to go.
And yeah, everybody just came off of pit road, so everybody's got enough fuel. But the real question here, Matt, is going to be, did your last pit strategy for tires, whether you took 2 or took 4, is that going to win you this race here at Iowa tonight?
That is definitely the question. So let's take a look at the points battle here and who's where. It looks like after that pit caution you have Sam Edwards back out front along with Chalmers Parker, who's in third, but taken out of the battle John Hanna Jr. in that last wreck. He's a lap down right now, but still anything could happen.
Yeah, you're really not sure, but you better have a clean car if you want to draft well at even a high-speed track like Iowa. It's still a short track, it's still 7/8 a mile, but you're still very aero-dependent at a place like this.
Definitely aero-dependent anywhere we go. They even talk about places like Bristol where you're only 90 miles an hour in the turn. Aero-dependent. Let's talk about that for a second. These cars being all bunched up right on your tail, when you get put in those positions where somebody's right on your rear bumper, definitely loosening up the car a lot.
Yeah, easily takes air off the rear spoiler, but even more importantly, you got to keep the nose out in clean air so you get proper downforce. That way you can stick and make a clean pass coming off the corner.
Alright, lights off on the pace car. They're getting ready to go green. Next time by, guys. Lined up inside on the outside. You got Chalmers Parker on the high side there in second place. Sam Edwards taking the green flag from the first spot. Matt Hoffman back in third, Justin Wilson in fourth, and John Milwain in fifth.
And Patrick Hahe 6th, Nathan Smith 7th, Trevor Williams back in 8th now. Rich Jett still holding down the 4th and 9th, and Austin Stamper has slid back a little bit to 10th spot. Going green here, Matt.
Yep. Up front, waiting for the pace car to pull off. Pace car goes down to number 5 of Sam Edwards, pulling out, but not getting a huge jump over the 41 of Chalmers Parker.
Yeah, you got to watch that high side from Justin Wilson in the 58. He's going to be working there as they almost go 3 wide down into turn 2. He's looking to take away the 3rd spot from this 40.
41 of Parker hit that low going through 2, but slid right back up to the wall, trying to get a run down the backstretch. But as you mentioned, him right behind that 58, actually slacking a little bit on the high side and brushes the wall as he comes out of 4.
Everybody trying to get what they get while they can on these fresh tires. As the leaders out front, Sam Edwards still holding, trying to keep the apron down. Man, that 41's getting a great line off of 2. Looks like that high side might start to come in here, Matt.
As I'm watching that 40 finally clear the 58 as he powers it into the center of the turn, but doesn't get enough drive off for 3rd place, so the 58 is back out on the high side.
Still 2 by 2 back through the field, passing and dicing and slicing going on as you go back. Everybody trying to get what they can. Looks like the 58 of Wilson's trying to make the outside stick on the 40. Not really sure if he's going to get it here as they come out of turn 4, trying to get it back to the stripe.
And for the lead, the 5 on the high side, the 41 on the inside, trying to dive bomb it in there and clear him to throw the block. As Chalmers Parker will lead at the line in the 41 car.
Sam Edwards out on the high side. He's going to barrel it off a 2. Looks like he's going to gain a little bit as he gets back in here. I mean, I don't know, Matt. This inside line looks like it is pretty dominant here on cold tires.
It looks like you can get that inside to work, as you can just dive it in a little bit deeper and throw that upwards block when you slide up the track, but he can't clear him. You see that 5 just keeps getting that little bit of a run coming out of the high side.
Yeah, Matt, what they used to call that back in the old days, you're binding the chassis, you go down on the inside on the apron like that. We watch the 41, he's going to have to slow it up, and he's going to have to turn those front tires a little bit harder, and that's just going to make everything a little more counterproductive, whereas that 5 car, Sam, he can hold a nice straighter line, and like Ned Jarrett said back in the day, the straighter you keep those front tires, the faster you will go.
The 41 has cleared him, but we're looking at the tires here situation. That 5 can keep the 41 pinched down there for long enough. That high side definitely does not wear out the tires as much as the inside line, guys. So definitely a strategy to hold your opponent right down on the line, force him to wear out those tires.
Yeah, it's something that I've noticed with the A-car veterans of Justin Wilson. They're going up on the high side, and John Abbott, I can easily see that yellow car mired back there, and looks about in 10th position. He looks like he's been up there in the Harry Gant line all the way up on the high side, just saving his equipment, waiting for the end of this race.
And that's the number 10 of John Abbott, back battling for 10th place as they're 2 by 2 by 2, coming out of 4. So definitely some great racing going on back here around the 7th place position. John, that high line staying exactly even coming off of each turn.
Yeah, everybody's behaving themselves up here through the top 10 now as they get sorted out. We have a little bit of passing here between the 3 car, the 40 and the 96. It looks like it's a battle for about 4th position, as it looks like it's going to stack up a little bit more in the back of the top 10, 2 by 2 as they come here to lap 45.
You got the 97 of Trevor Williams on the outside of Austin Stamper battling for that 9th place position. And right behind them, the 57 of Greg Netherwood with nowhere to go really, but just to watch this battle and wait for it to play out for him to make his move.
Yeah, it looks like the 58 and the 3 are trying to make this high line work here in 3rd and 4th spot, as we have a new leader in Thomas Parker up here in the 41. Looks like if he can hold that, you have the 2nd place in the 5 car and Sam Edwards. And man, I know it was a 3 car battle coming in here, but since John Hanna's out of it, we're pretty much down to 2.
John Hanna not really out of it. He's only 1 lap down, back in the 29th position with that, but definitely heavy damage, hoping probably for another quick caution before he loses another lap here to the leaders.
Yeah, I'm looking here, back up in front, Thomas Parker is making that 41 stick. Looks like he's gone up half a groove off the apron, trying to let the chassis open up a little bit more, and he's extended out about a 3 car length lead as everyone else is starting to make the high line work. Z's left side's heat up. It looks like they're trying to keep Happy up on the high side here, Matt.
And as we watch some drivers here get out single file, they're not running down on the yellow line all the way through the turn as they are if they're below somebody, as they get to gently ride that car out towards the wall. But for 3rd place, the number 3, John Milwain, poking his nose again under that 58 of Justin Wilson.
Yeah, you can definitely get the car to rotate if you do get the left side down on that line. What you're going to do is you're going to end up de-wedging the car, and it does help it turn, but you have to be very careful what you do because you could loop it yourself. As it looks like, oh, he's going to push the 58 up in the wall. It's going to cause a caution here, Matt.
And this caution involving tons of people. Greg Netherwood just slammed into that 58 car. Looks like you're not quite the 58 car, one of the cars he collected. But the 36 is definitely slamming into the 58 cars. He's going around the middle of the backstretch, collecting tons of cars. John Abbott goes for a wild ride.
Yeah, big junk. It looks like everyone else is just a product of just... I mean, it looked like the 58 of Justin Wilson saved that car once or twice before he just finally couldn't handle it. And honestly, no blame to him. I mean, it's really hard to control a car that tries to fishtail on you like that.
We got the 58, the 57, the 10, the 93, the 04, the 35, all collected up in this wreck. And I believe one more person of the 88 might have retained damage, all from this wreck. So involving a number of drivers as that happened out in front of the field.
And it was monkey see, monkey do as the leaders come back to pit road. So everyone was watching the leader here, 41 of Chalmers Parker, as everyone's going to come in here trying to see what they can do. It looks like we're going to have about 75 laps to go when they come back. And whew, strategies just get more and more important here, Matt.
All right, as they just took lap 50, 75 to go here. So getting a little deep into this race, we're on our third caution of the night, so starting to see that pit strategy work both ways, where Chalmers Parker and Sam Edwards went to the back but made their way out front, both taking 4 tires this time as they're down on pit road.
Yeah, an unfortunate incident in the accident on the backstretch. Bruce Perry's reporting he has 5 minutes of damage to alleviate, as it looks like the leaders have taken what it looks like to be 2-tire stop, trying to maintain their track position and stay out of trouble.
Down here on pit road, we verified that they both took 4 as they left pit road, but Sam Edwards with the quicker pit stop, beating the 41 of Chalmers Parker off of pit road. And it looks like, I want to say that's the 67 of Sean Casto out front after the pit stop, so definitely playing his pit strategy, coming all the way from 11th place to the front on pit road.
Yeah, Patrick Hihey picks up from 21st to 6th position. John Milwain into 3, looks like he's going to restart 5th. And who else do we have back here? Looks like the 47 and the 05 making the top 10.
You've got Chad Cole in that number 8 machine up to 9th, starting all the way back from the 30th place position tonight, not taking a qualifying time. So definitely he's working his way up through the field as these cautions are kind of working out for him, and he's playing the pit strategy game to get himself up there.
And how about the new leader that's going to be out front to take the lead here on lap 52? You're going to have, oh man, I have a complete mental block. I forgot his name. Thank you, producer. Sean Casto. He's going to start 2030 as the new leader in the 67 machine.
Alright, just cruising around with a number of pace laps here to let those cars fix up all their damage and get all that debris off the track. So just looking at the points battle right now, Sam Edwards 1 position ahead of Chalmers Parker. Just definitely keeping this interested. Number 4 of John Hannah Jr. still a lap down, but getting that damage fixed so he can be back up to race speed and possibly contend for that championship.
Yeah, this 5 and this 41 machine have been pretty much the class of the whole night here, but it looks like the 41 is a bit better on older stuff. The 5 is probably a little more aggressive on the short run, but I'm not really sure if he made the right adjustments here on pit road to stay out front of that 41.
I've heard a few people talking about tire pressure adjustments and a few people just saying there's nothing you can do here. The track's just so bumpy, it's got all about track position tonight. But definitely some guys being able to go on the inside, and I've seen a few even use the apron to help and try and turn that car a little bit better.
Hey, you know what we used to say on the dirt tracks there, Matt? The faster you go over the bumps, the softer they feel.
That's true. You really don't want to grind the nose because that's going to send you off the track. But like I said earlier, you get put in these tight positions between cars. No downforce on the front, no downforce on the rear because you're so close in these packs. It's just making it for a real tough race night.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting here with the lights out on the pace cars. They're coming in here. Looks like Sean Casto is elected to take the outside line. And I'm not really sure. I mean, we haven't really seen him up there before. I don't know whether he took 2 or 4 tires, but hopefully he doesn't bunch up the leader here as he's going to take the green flag here with about 70 laps to go. Green flag racing.
As they go down into turn 1, Sean with a great restart on that high side. Gets it right down onto the bottom as that 5. Sam Edwards trying to clear the 40 already through 1 and 2. Chalmers Parker getting tied up on that restart and actually losing a couple positions.
Wow, you are right, Matt. That 67 looked like he was shot out of a cannon on the outside as he's going to make it nice and stick. He looked like he took a real nice wide arc here into 1. Let's see if he can do the same thing and actually gain a little bit of time on these 2 dominant cars.
Those 2 dominant cars, though, running into one problem. That Matt Hoffman machine, the number 40, on the high side, taking away that passing groove, keeping them down there, not letting them run as fast as they're able to. But that 67 definitely kind of showing that he doesn't have all 4 sticker tires like some other people behind him.
But he's definitely holding pace. I mean, he's not really holding them up, but he's definitely holding his ground as they're going to come out here. The 41's going to take the inside line on the 40. Man, he's going to make it stick coming off a 2. You do have a little bit more room over there, but I tell you, Matt, it still gets tight. Turn 2 off Iowa.
I'm not sure that they didn't make some contact as they were coming out of the center of that turn. It was very close. So behind him, there's a two-way battle between John Milwayne and the 3 and the 97 car.
Yeah, that 67 looks like he's going to give up the ghost, as it looks like Mr. Edwards is looking on the inside, coming down here on the backstretch. That 5 machine looks like it's the class of the field. The 41 is going to be right behind him. They're going to be 1-2. This is going to be fireworks here tonight.
Sam Edwards running a 25 flat last time by. Definitely on his quickest lap of the race so far, as he ran 24.8. So definitely showing you the fall off when you're behind somebody, as to where he was able to start that lead pack on fresh tires and go out and take a little bit of a cruise for the first 20 laps.
Yeah, side-by-side racing throughout the field, but it looks like everybody's starting to work up the track. Just in pit road adjustments that are making these cars want to move up. They're looking like they've got about half a groove off the bottom, starting to make them work.
These tracks definitely look like these drivers getting more comfortable as the laps go by. And for second place, though, Parker finally diving in there to clear the 67, so he's going to be able to keep that off the turn and get a little bit of a run on the 5 down the straightaway.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, that was a very, very good call on that 67. Even if he did just get out there for track position, he's definitely going to have a 3rd spot, at least, if there's a caution that comes out here shortly. Looks like we've had runs of about 20 laps, 15, 18 laps here, and I tell you, track position is so critical on short tracks. As the 4th place car of the 40 is going to be in the fence coming off of 4. It's going to let that 61 scoot away, and probably the 5th place car, can't read the number off of it right now, but he's going to take it up, and it looks like the 40 is moving back quick.
Back for the 6th place position, 3 wide, Chad Cole coming into 3, sliding up the track in that number 8 machine as he's just trying to work his way around John Milwayne, who's dropped like a rock since this last restart. And then right in front of him on the bottom lane, helping him out, you got the 05 Chris Cable in 5th position.
Yeah, we have Matt Hoffman in the 6th spot, John Milwayne back in 7th. We have Sean Breesman, who's still holding the fort down in 9th. Trevor Williams in 10th. Justin Rosenow's lost some spots. I believe he qualified 3rd. He's back in 11th. Mike King is moving up through the field in 12th, and Adam Roberts is back a little bit.
John, that 46, almost catching the wall as he came off of 4th, but Chad Cole finally completing the pass on that number 3 as he goes into 3. Coming down the front stretch, you got that number 5 being worked over by the 41 on the inside. On that outside line, you're working that 5 as he comes down the backstretch with a little bit of a run over the 41 and Chalmers Parker going into 3, just diving it in there again. As we said, Sam Edwards good on the fresh tires, Chalmers Parker good on the old ones. So as they're now trying to battle out for that lead, Sam Edwards leads that lap by only 100th of a second. Sam Edwards just signaling that 41 to go by as he couldn't hold that high line any longer and just wanted to get back in line and away from the rest of the pack that was catching them as they were doing that battle for the lead. In 3rd right now, you got that 87 of Patrick Hahi who ran him down, and Sean Casto still holding strong on those old tires back there in 4th place as he's getting caught up by the rest of the field. Back a few rows in that 2 wide racing, you've got Chad Cole on the outside, still working his way up from the field. From starting at 30th, he's on the outside of that 05 of Chris Cable, making a strong power run down the front stretch here and into turn 1, looking to complete that pass. but not enough there as Cable actually had to run through the center, and Chad's going to have to work his way again down the backstretch to try and get an advantage going into the entrance of one of these turns. Right in front of him, though, you hit that 40 of Matt Hoffman, recovering from a wall bounce earlier on the inside of Sean Casto, coming out of 4, but unable to hold that position as they went into 1. Sean cutting him off, cutting it into that momentum as they come off of 2. Alright, back out front, you just have your 3 leaders. 41, Chalmers Parker, 5, Sam Edwards, and the 87 of Patrick Hahi, sitting single file, riding comfortable, pulling away from the rest of the pack as they're coming up on some lap traffic here that they'll have to work their way around. Some heavy damage, and I believe that's the 57 of Greg Netherwood they're about to pass. He just pulls down into the apron to let the field go. So common courtesy out there for the drivers tonight, especially when you got the championship on the line. We look through the field single file all the way back until about 8th place, where they're slicing, dicing 3 wide as they enter turn 1 with the 91 and the 46 there. And the 97, that 97 gets in that high groove, just losing a ton of time through the center of the turn, but the 46 passing both. And that's the 91 Justin Roseno down on the bottom now, trying to work his way around the 97. A little bit of contact there going to the front stretch as they're swerving some people with the run on the high side, with the 91 completing the pass to kind of get out of that pack. He's got to cut up in front of that 97 in time coming down the back stretch. That's the 97 of Trevor Williams now trying to work over the 36. He bumps the 91 around into the 04, and they're both going to back it into the fence. That's going to bring out our 4th caution of the night on lap 72. So this caution will take us to about halfway in the race. This is just the 91 of Justin Rose now bumped around and backs it into the wall, collecting that 04 of Mike King. And it looks like the number 3 of John Mullane also getting a little bit of front end damage off of that. But nothing they could do there, just trying to run it hard into the corners. Alright, so under the 4th caution tonight, 73. As you're looking at the replay, like I said, that number 91 just bumped around, collecting the 04, Mike King. Both of them sending it hard up into the wall. Tons of damage, and it looks like the 91 just pulled it behind the wall.
You bet, Matt, and that's going to be the 91 Justin Rose now, who qualified 3rd tonight here at the Real Sim Racing Can-Am Late Model Series here at Iowa Speedway. Unfortunately, Justin Rose now getting pounded by the 97. Send him into the wall, just like you say, and that's pretty much it for the 91 machine. But fun action here at Iowa Speedway. Why don't we go ahead and step away? Let's take a commercial break, Matt. You're watching it live on ETV Live, so don't wander off. We'll be right back. And we are back live here at Iowa Speedway, Matt. And I'll tell you what, Cowboy, this turned out to be quite the race here, and you know, quite the points battle coming into this thing. Keeping an eye on Chalmers Parker out there. He came into this battle tonight, the points leader. But the real battle building was 2nd and 3rd. John Hanna Jr. and Sam Edwards both tied for 2nd place there. Of course, Greg Netherwood, he's 27 back coming into Iowa here tonight. But I'll tell you what, short track racing like you've never seen before.
Definitely short track racing, showing itself all night long, JD, on that last caution and the caution that took out John. It's just tight racing, and just checking up a little bit too much is going to put you backwards into the wall.
Yeah, definitely. I think JD for stepping there, he had a little technical difficulties on my microphone, but now we're back here. And I'll tell you what, I really love one of those Bob Earl racing seats. I wish they would send one to me.
Yeah, and just a little bit on that Bob Earl racing seat. It's a racing seat made by Bob Earl. He was apparently racing with his kid one day, JD says, and he was just uncomfortable, so he took a real racing seat, slapped it on with the wheel that he used for an old PS2 or something like that, and voila, he made one of the best simulation racing seats ever. So you can go check out that. It's Bob Racing Simulation Racing Seats, and they talk about that all the time here. It's the most comfortable racing seats you can have out here when you're racing for iRacing Championships.
Let me get this right, Matt. Did you say it was made from a real racing seat?
That's right. It has a real racing seat on the front of it where you can put a G27 or any other racing wheel you really have on there, George.
As I tell you what, I really miss my old racing bucket seat. I used to take naps in the race car right in between races. It's just so comfortable, and in the canopy it gets nice and warm, and you just nod right off.
Alright, so George has been dreaming about his old racing days apparently in the bucket seat as we're about halfway down here at Iowa Speedway with the Can-Am RSR Series. Still under caution here, but definitely George living back in the dream days as those lights go off on the pace car.
Yeah, I'm looking up here in the top three, and it looks like we got some new entrants here. We got Sean Breitsman and Austin Stamper. Fill me in here, Matt. Did they stay out or take 2 tires in here?
These guys, they were in on the pit road. I saw them take 2 because everybody came down to pit road down here. So definitely a few people taking 2. Patrick Haughey having a great stop. Take it by Sam Edwards, but Chalmers Parker able to retain out of everybody who went down and took 4 tires.
Yeah, it looks like John Hanna's moved up a little bit. He's back in the 23rd position with some of these guys not making the field. And it looks like to me the pace car lights are coming out and everybody's ready to go for the green flags.
As they're coming out of turn 4, just waiting for that pace car to dive off. That 46 Sean is on the outside as your leader, taking him to the restart as they drop the green flag, getting a good restart out there as Patrick Haughey's already side by side with the 36 of Austin Stamper.
Yeah, it's hard to see that 87 on the side of that with that red on red, but man, you won't have to see much if you see his rear bumpers. He's going to look out there. He's going to try to take 2nd place as they come into here to 3. Looks like that high line really works.
Is that high line's working just behind him too. The 05 of Cable finally making a run on who's been fast all night. 41 Chalmers Parker. So he's definitely making Parker work for that position as he's actually a checkup for the 36 sliding into that high line.
Yeah, 36 pulling a slide up with Chris Cable on the high, but man, looks like that 41 has been working the bottom. He's just been feeding the whole race. He's going to make it stick. Here he comes back up to the front.
And those tires showing as the 36 and the 36 and the 46 both holding up on that outside lane as the 3 drivers been dominating all night. Patrick Haughey, Chalmers Parker, and the number 5 is Sam Edwards all on the bottom making a charge for the lead.
Yeah, everybody's stacking up single file that back behind them. They're trying to make up time that way. The more time you spend side by side, the less time you're going to make on the leaders, as you can see. 2nd place on back, all side by side.
That 05 of Cable forced that 36 back down in the low line in 3, which really cut off the momentum of the 5 Sam Edwards. Not good for Sam Edwards being trapped in this traffic as Chalmers Parker is already all the way back out to 2nd place.
Yeah, he cleared that side-by-side racing back there for 2nd. He's got it all to himself, and he's going to run down this leader real quick, I tell you that. As it looks like the 5 car is mired back there in traffic a little bit. He's going to try to get up there real quick, try to get back his points lead.
And as he's now working his way under the 05, who's stacked up behind the 46. Looks like he's getting a little bit of shove from the old buddy, 67 Sean Casto, who we saw try and make a power move by staying out. Didn't work so much, slid back, but now he's out there right on the rear bumper of Sam Edwards.
Yeah, here they come. They're going to try to make it 3 wide as they come down here into turn 1. I don't know if that's going to stick. Yeah, Cassidy thought better of that. He's just going to be happy to sit on the white-yellow line down there on the bottom and just follow Mr. Edwards all the way around the track.
You got Chad Cole on the high side right behind Chris Cable. He closed up quick using that 2nd group. He's looking to possibly make it 3 wide to the outside as Cable closes that door on him. And still 2x2 racing, about 4 deep here as they go into 1.
Yeah, what's really impressive to me, that 87 machine of Patrick Hahi has been able to hold the lead from that 41 machine of Chalmers Parker. Looks like he's got a 2-car length advantage, and he's going to hold it here as they come over here to lap 85.
Hey George, they ask us, does single file racing really matter that much over double file? Well guys, first and second already pulled out by over a second over the rest of the pack, as they just extended that lead to 1.3 seconds over third place, as they're already battling for the lead up here coming to lap 85.
Yeah, it's not necessarily about whether you can draft all the way around the track or not. It's more about whether or not you can have your ideal racing line. You want to have a real nice gentle arc going in the corner, and if someone's on your side, you're not going to have that arc there, either going in the corner or coming off. So you're going to lose time in and out of the corners when you race side by side. And as you can see, first and second place pulling out like crazy. It looks like there might be a caution here on the track.
Yeah, that's a caution involving the 67 Sean Casto coming out of 3. As you guys watch, it looks like Chad Cole swings that outside, but he just gets loose up into the 05. Chris Cable, that is, he just comes right up into him, and that sends him spinning into the field and back down on the apron, collecting that 88 car, once again being involved in the wreck. That's the second wreck tonight that the 88 car has been involved in.
Yeah, that's another unfortunate thing about side-by-side racing. Sometimes you need that extra little bit of asphalt, and someone's there to just not give it to you, and it's just the way it's going to be. Looks like the 67 is going to crab walk his way back up to where the race officials are going to say he can be, and it looks like it's feeding time here at the zoo.
We're going to have to see who comes down pit road, as that wasn't as long as a run as we've usually seen here, but tires important, and the 87 stays out. But it looks like the rest coming down pit road. Chad Cole stays out in the 8. Looking for any other cars that swing out quick there. So you got the 87 and the 8 staying out so far, and I just saw another few cars go right by the entrance.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a real smart move on the 87's part. He's got a little bit of right side damage that I can see. And on old tires, I mean, it looks like the 8 car of Chad Cole, the 3 of John Milwain, and the 20 car back there, they are all going to be stacked behind him, 1, 2, 3, and 4, but it's not going to take very long before the leaders, the real leaders on 4 tires, run these guys down.
I'm watching that 5 of Sam Edwards in pit road. The right side went up, and it looks like the left side is going to go up also, taking 4 on that car. Thomas Parker's out there taking 4, but there's a few people only taking 2, and one of those people is going to be Matt Hoffman in the 40. Picking up positions, 12th all the way up to what I believe is going to be 5th place now when they come back by the line.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to have 5 cars now, 4 now stay out as the 20 is going to take pit road, and I know they're trying to play pit strategy and everything, but I don't know. With now on lap 89, looks like we're going to have about 35, 36 laps to go. You might be playing a short run, but you might be green flag the rest of the way here, Matt. I don't know.
And we got to think about this so far. We got 4 cars who stayed out, and it looks like 2 cars behind those 4 that took 2 tires, possibly 3, 4. I'm actually looking probably 4 or 5 cars taking about 2 tires on that stop. Is it going to be worth it? Is there going to be enough road blockage possibly in the way where their tires will just even out?
Yeah, that's what's going to be really hard to see. So kick it over here.
Hey guys, this is JD back down here in the booth. Hey, I just wanted to give a plug out here for the VRC Mark II virtual racing seat. And you've heard this story before, Cowboy. I'll tell you what, it's a virtual simulation racing cockpit designed and by a championship race car driver, Bob Earl. And I'll tell you something, who better? I wouldn't want anybody else to design my virtual racing cockpit than a real race car driver. But I'll tell you what, a former race car driver, Bob Earl, knows what it means to be comfortable in the cockpit. And the design features a fully adjustable seat and frame, additional monitor stand, shifter mount sold separately. And he is the proud sponsor for the 2nd time in a row, the 2013 Real Sim Racing Full Throttle Cup Series. You can see it every Monday night right here live on ETV Live. This is a high quality and affordable virtual racing cockpit priced at just $349 plus shipping. Let's talk about that for a minute. you know what? $349. That's a Christmas present in anybody's book. So I know Christmas is just a couple of months away, Cowboy. But hey, birthday's right around the corner. $349. BobEarlRacing.com, guys. Back up to the booth with Matt Close and George Wood.
Wow, did you hear that, Matt?
To your channel.
That seat is only $349.
All right, well, guys, George is starting to live his dream again. I'm living the dream that JD said. Christmas is only a couple months away, so I wish it was. But lights back out on the pace car here. Waiting a long time for Christmas, these guys might be, but not for the green flag.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is it my turn? I'm still thinking about that Bob Earl Racing seat. Yeah, the lights are off here on the pace car. It looks like Chad Cole's going to have the inside on Haughey, and I'll tell you what, Patrick Haughey was really impressive with that 87 machine. Looked like he could stay out there for quite a bit. And, man, tell you what, track position, it's going to work. We're going to see if it's going to pay off for these top four here.
All right, and keep in mind, guys, Patrick Haughey is your leader. Chad Cole cannot pass him coming to the line. This is one of the few leagues here on this sim that allows you to choose which lane you're in, which can kind of become complicated for the guys behind them as they have different signals on who they can pass. As they come to the restart, it looks like Patrick Haughey in the 87 getting a good jump as Chad Cole's a little bit sleeping there on the bottom lane.
Yeah, it looks like everybody else was sleeping too. I don't know if he might have jumped to start. We'll see what the flagman says. But they're going to take it down here into turn 3. Hopefully they all get single file and run down these two leaders.
That 48 of Frank Kuhn started in 4th on that restart, guys. Quickly going back, and I mean quickly, he's already all the way back to 16th place and going back even further. So definitely not an advantage to him staying out.
Yeah, 40 car Matt Hoffman is going to be the first car up there on 4 tires. The 41's going to get loose under the 3 as they try to fight and battle for 3rd and 4th here. Man, 2 tires, you're just going to get pushed out of the way here with about 30 to go.
And you know what, 30 sounds like a long time, guys, but that's time to go for all of these guys, especially where they've got people on old tires in front of them, new tires behind them. Can't let that get stuck in that pack. We already showed you an example of the different lap times and how much time that could cost you. Is there 3 wide for 4th place on back?
Yeah, you got 30 to go. It's time to go. And you're clicking off laps 25 seconds apiece. I mean, you're going to be, this race could be over in the next 15 minutes, and you've got to go now. As Haughey's going to lead lap 94, take lap 95 over into turn 1 with the 8 car of Chad Cole right on his bumper.
And Chad Cole's all a strong driver that we know here on ETV Live is right behind him for the 3rd place position. Chalmers Parker in the 41 showing his nose under the 40.
Yeah, I see that Sam Edwards. He's back there in 6th spot. He's holding the bottom line. He's holding the top line. He's running that ideal, nice, gentle arc going down the corner. Look for him on those 4 fresh tires. He's going to run down these leaders. You watch.
The man of the night that was out front to start the race, out front leading most of the race, but stuck back in the pack now is that number 5, Sam Edwards, back in the 6th place position. If we get another caution here, I think he's definitely have to go pit strategy-wise to put himself where he likes to be.
Yeah, I'm watching this 41 back here in 3rd spot, Chalmers Parker. He's one of their championship contenders. He could win it if he sits right there and if Sam Edwards is right behind him, but it looks like he's going to make the bottom groove work. I was going to say there, Matt, that car looked really loose down the bottom, but he can handle it, and he's definitely going forward.
This is one of Chalmers Parker's strongest series. He's sometimes the junior in the other series, the guys that everybody likes to pick on, but definitely showing out here he deserves respect on the racetrack. Looks like he almost got a little bit loose going out in there in the 1. He drove it so hard.
Yeah, he definitely made some contact with Haughey there, and definitely on the radio. Hopefully they're trying to maybe communicate their differences to each other as they're battling here with about 25 laps to go, still side by side. Haughey's still holding the outside. Very impressive running with those 2 tires.
Impressive run indeed, and actually not 2 tires at all. If you remember, Patrick Haughey stayed out. 41 Chalmers Parker on all 4 stickers, looking to complete the pass as they go into 3 here and bringing the 36 right along with them.
Yeah, it looks like they're really trying to get tight down on that apron all of a sudden now as 87's going to crush the wall as they come by the start-finish line. Chad Cole has moved up onto the top side trying to figure out which lane is going to go quickest. You only got 25 laps to go here. They're ticking off quick.
Sam Edwards back there as it looks like somebody got turned towards the inside wall and there's going to be a caution out.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be the 40 car. It's going to bring out the caution here, Matt.
And he got turned. I saw some help back there. That 40 of Matt Hoffman. And it looks like he just didn't go him off the turn. He wanted to stay with that inside line, and the guy just drives right up into him, sends him for a strip down the back straightaway, but he doesn't touch the wall, so not too much damage on that machine.
Yeah, we got to look up here on the top 5. Do you pit or do you stay out? 41 is taking the race lead by the lap score. 87 is going to be second. 36 is Stamper third. Chad Cole is fourth. And Sam Edwards, our championship contender, is in the top 5.
And I'll tell you what, if I'm that 5 as Sam Edwards, I'm staying out or I'm taking 2 because I haven't been good in that pack racing all day.
Yeah, here they come. We're going to see. It looks like the 41's going to bait him. He's going to take it to the commitment cone. It's going to be monkey see, monkey do for everyone back behind him.
That 46 car, Sean Britzman, is the first one to stay out, as I see a number of cars staying out. Coming from the back of the pack more so as they're coming down pit road. Chalmers Parker taking that slow pit road speed here at Iowa.
Yeah, we definitely got to see who's going to win this battle off of pit road because it could determine the championship in the Can-Man series here for RSR, brought to you by ETV Live.
And that's the best stop into his pit stall I saw from Sam Edwards all night. As he's got the right sides up. I'm looking to see if he's going to go for 4, and he doesn't. But neither do any of these other drivers. They all took 2 in that race off pit road.
Yeah, it looks like Austin Stamper is going to win that with the 2-tire battle. He's going to be the first car off of pit road. Whew. Man, this is setting up to be exciting here, Matt. I don't know what's going to happen.
You got the 46, the 04, and the 00 all staying out on that last pit stop. As we're coming to about 23 to go, guys. So once we take the green flag, it's probably going to be about just 20 to go, 21 to go, as these guys are going to really have to floor it to get by these old tires, but not wear them out to where they can't battle the guys behind them.
Yeah, here we go. We're going to update the scoring pylon as we have the 46 out front with the 36 stamped in second. Patrick Hahe with an impressive run in that 87 coming from the back of the field. And our championship contenders in 4th and 5th, Chalmers Parker in the 41, Sam Edwards in the 5th.
In 6th, you've got that number 3, John Milwayne, strong all night, but not strong all the time, only on fresh tires it seems. 7th, you got the 20 of Bruce Perry. 8th, you got 96 of Nathan Smith. 9th, you got 8 of Chad Cole, who's been trying to show his strength all night, but not quite getting to the front. And 10th, you got the 51 of Matt Rolfe.
And we have Chris Roberts, Chris Cable, John Ehlers, Greg Richardson, Nathan Bowers rounding out your top 15. And looks like we got a few more people trying to duck off, maybe making some last-minute repairs as they're going to try to get lined up. It's all going to depend on where the 46 wants to restart here, Matt. It could determine everything since you're going to have Chalmers Parker in 4th and Sam Edwards in 5th. Those two are going to have inside-outside, and it's going to depend on who gets what.
Definitely is. There's 104 laps completed here tonight, and an impressive 20 cars still on the lead lap out of the 32 that started the race. You got John Hanna Jr. still not giving up, knows everything can count, anything can happen as these 2 points leaders pretty much battling for the championship. The 5 and the 41 can take each other out at any moment, and he'll cruise on to get his nice little prize.
I think they're going to pull a Joey Logano and a Denny Hamlin here.
It's true, they can pull Joey Logano and Denny Hamlin, just let John Hanna Jr. go right on by with the points and say goodbye.
Anything can happen when it comes to late models and short tracks. We both know that. But it looks like lights might go out on the pace cars. Are going to line up. The 46 is going to elect to take the outside line. Oh boy. Looks like the 41 is going to have the outside too. I think that might be an advantage here, especially since he only has 1 car ahead of him.
Alright, and the 41, that number 5 of Sam Edwards is only 1 position scored behind the 41 of Chalmers Parker, but he's on that inside line.
Yeah, and more importantly, he's got 2 cars ahead of him in traffic, and it's going to be real hard to get around. 46 is going to dictate when this restart happens, and that 41, if he's smart, he's going to be right on his bumper trying to get out in front of everyone on the low side.
I'll tell you what, George, if I'm that 41, I'm not letting that leader decide when he goes. I'm telling him when to go, because I'll be pushing him before the pace car gets out of the way.
Yeah, you and me both. I want to get out front, try to pin that 5 back into traffic and just stay out of trouble. As the pace car is going to come off here, we're going to take lap 106. It's going to be 20 to go. Green flag racing.
And there he goes. Is the 41 actually not getting a good restart at all? Stuck back in that second lane next to Patrick Hahi on the inside there as they go into 1.
46 going to take a nice gentle wide arc out there. 41's going to stay outside, trying to pin the 87 down as best he can, barreling off into 3.
That 5 is clear. Sam Edwards in the 5th position can run his line however he wants as they battle in front of him, and caution's already back out on this raceway.
Everybody's trying to check up. Oh, hopefully everybody can slow up. You don't want to get damage here with 15 to go.
It's the 40, the 00, and the 04 all collected as they went into 3. You got the 40 car who just got... looks like as he was going into turn 3, the 00 tried to make it 3 wide, and the 40 cuts down, sending him sideways back up into the wall, collecting the 04 of Mike King. So again, Matt Hoffman being involved in a huge wreck here at Iowa Speedway on lap 106. And that 00 being collected too, who's been in numerous wrecks. That's Jordan Smith. He's already 7 laps down because of his damage, George.
Yeah, the radio is lighting up between the 40 and the 00. Hopefully they're resolving their issues before we get back to green flag here. Man, these restarts, I know that 41 didn't get a great restart there. Hopefully he can really clean his tires off. Hopefully get a better restart. You're just ticking down the laps here under caution. We're only going to have 15 to go by the time we take the green flag here.
And I'm sure not too many people are going to penalize caution, but one thing I got to mention, the series does run a lucky dog. Trevor Williams receiving that this time for being the first car a lap down. The man who's been stuck down a lap all race long is John Hanna Jr., just usually missing that spot by just 1 position.
Yeah, I really love coming here to Iowa. I tell you what, it always brings something exciting. You think it's ironic that the Maytag washing machine company is right down the road from this track?
I do kind of think it's a little bit ironic, don't you?
Might have to put it on spin cycle here for the last 15 laps because it's going to get down dirty and everybody's going to have a full set of laundry to do by the time we're done.
I don't doubt that. Is the way that these guys have been racing all night long is just inside, outside, outside, inside, running into each other. And it's just going to be interesting to see how they line up here with the points battle.
Yeah, I'm watching this 5 car down here. He's running the apron. Hopefully he's trying to keep pace, but I think he's probably doing the smarter thing. Either he's letting people go or just trying to keep people from absolutely running into the car. You do not want incidents to happen under caution. I know I've done it myself a few times. You run down on the apron just to keep people from running behind you, just that way, in case something does happen, you don't get stuck.
Either that or he's looking to see if that 41's going to pit to see if he's going to just yank that hard left so he has the same advantage.
Yeah,
but
that might happen, that too. You never know.
I mean, everybody just passed in pit road. They pit 6 laps ago, we went green, not even, on these tires. So definitely not worn out yet, but they're going to need the time to make these passes when it goes green.
Yeah, it's going to really determine. I think the 46 got a great jump on the high side. I believe he is going to take the outside line here when we come back around here for the selection before 1 to go. Looks like they're trying to resolve any issues they might have of scoring or how to line up here, but the pace car should have its lights coming off here as we come back here around turn 3 and 4.
Yeah, ever since the start we've been having these extended yellows to let all these damaged cars get as much tape and metal off the track as they possibly can to not bring anything out. If we want to get a camera on that 40 car, Matt Hoffman, after all these wrecks tonight, those fenders are torn off and the car is literally at an angle trying to go around this track as he's crab walking it, pulling it down pit road and getting as much damage fixed as he can each time he can.
Got to soldier on, Matt. It's just the way it is for the race here. You never quit. But it looks like the 46 did take the outside line. That means that the 41 is going to have the inside. And it looks like the 5th is Sam Edwards is going to be back there. Right behind the 41, this is going to be interesting. One of them is going to have to get under or alongside the other in order to make a pass. And I believe it's going to happen on this restart.
And if you're John Hanna Jr., you're hoping that one slides up a little bit when he's underneath him. And they just go both for a wild ride tonight. But coming into three...
Don't be surprised if you see these guys going 3 wide here, Matt. This is going to get exciting.
They're going to be taking that green flag with 14 to go as they're coming to the stripe. You've got that 46 of Sean leading him again to the green flag.
Here they come back here to lead lap 112. 46 is going to get a great jump as he gets on the outside, barreling it down into 1. Hopefully they can get the stick as they're looking. No, 5 car is going to be happy to be in single file back there in 6th spot.
And that 5 car actually looking on the 3 of John Milwain after coming out of 2. Milwain getting a little swirly top side, but that 41 sitting right below the 36, thinking he has the advantage over Hahi on the outside.
Yeah, 36 and 87 are just back there holding up the 41 and the 5. Hopefully they can maintain race pace, but they might determine the championship with their side-by-side racing.
The 41 now getting below that 87 of Hahi for 3rd place. But definitely guarding that bottom lane. He is not going to swing outside in these turns at all, not giving the edge to anybody who wants to get below him in these closing laps.
Now traffic jam for 2nd as it's now turning into a fight for the lead as the 46 is starting to lose time. The 36 is actually going to try to make it stick down on the inside. The 41 is going to follow suit right with him. 87 trying to make it 3 wide as they're going to get contact and big spin.
That's going to bring out a huge caution. I think Sam Edwards, there's flipping down the backstretch. How he just went for a ETV ticket ride down on the apron and launched into the air.
Oh boy, that one might not sit well with the race leaders. I'm not sure if the 41 had anything to do with that. I couldn't remember, didn't see much, but oh boy. This just got a little bit more tense, Matt.
We talked about that 3 wide. He looked for the 3 wide as they were going out of that turn. And the 41 I didn't see involved, but that 5 went sliding down the backstretch, and that's just not good for you when you're racing for the championship.
Yeah, that's just an absolute heartbreak. I really feel for that 5 car. He had a great car sitting right there, ready to take it away from the 41, and could have won the championship, but I think it's safe to say his night is definitely over.
Maybe not over in the race, but over for the championship as we probably see those tears start to roll down the team's face. He's going down pit road to get that damage fixed. But as we've said, he actually stayed out as I'm looking back here. But like we said, anything can happen. Why can't that same thing happen to Chalmers on this next restart?
Yeah, you actually never know. I see 41 working up on his radio. Don't know what's being said quite yet. Maybe we can figure it out. But just, oof, man, that's just, to go 115 laps there, Matt, and then just to have it just the whole entire season taken away from you and 10 to go. Man, that's just an absolute heartbreak.
And just, we're 10 to go right now. We're going to be taking 9 to go as they cross the line this time. So we'll get the green flag to go with about 6 laps to go. Meaning, if they get a caution, probably right on the restart, they might get one more shot at a 1-lap dash. But other than that, this will be your final restart of the night.
Yeah, I'm looking up here in the top 2. We have the 36 of Austin Stamper is leading the race. We haven't talked much about the lead because we've been watching the points battles, but the 46 has been up front for the last second half of this race here, Sean Breitsman. And Chalmers Parker sitting there in 3rd, Chad Cole 4th, Nathan Smith 5th. And you know what, Matt? If you're the 41 with your 2 contenders sitting way back in the field, I'm not really sure if you do put up a big fight here for the lead.
And I wouldn't say so much way back in the field as If he gets he definitely doesn't want to push the overdrive the car and wreck himself, but that 5 is still in 10th place with some damage on the car, but not saying he's not going to be as quick as he is.
Yeah, exactly. But if I'm the 41, I'm not really sure if I don't try to win this race, just if I can just win the... You want to win the war, you don't necessarily need to win the battle, you know, Matt?
Yeah, it definitely doesn't need to win the race, because I'm not quite sure.
Whoa, it looks like Chalmers Parker was given an end-of-the-line penalty for his actions during that last caution. Oh boy, this is going to shake up the points battle quite a bit.
Alright, and I'm now going to go back and review that caution one more time, because RSR's... So let's go over the RSR Can-Am caution cause incidents here. So when you cause your first caution, usually with the RSR Racing League guys, it's an EOL penalty at the end. The second one, you usually have to do a drive-through under green, so costing you about a lap. And the third, they just kick you out of the track. So they're saying Chalmers Parker, the cause of that wreck, has to go to the end of the line, sit behind all these lap cars, and this could actually be tears for the 41.
All right, guys. I'll tell you what, JD, back down in the booth again. We're going to do another plug from our plug sheet here. How about the Inside Sim Racing TV? I'll tell you what, sponsoring the Thursday night Real Sim Racing series, Inside Sim Racing, your first and best choice for all the news and reviews in online motorsports. Join Darren Ganji and Sean Cole for the latest and greatest in product reviews, simulation auto racing, games for PCs, even the Xbox crowd, from steering wheels to full-size racing rigs, updates on popular racing games, and a whole lot more. The yellow pages of online racing, Inside Sim Racing TV has it all. Visit them at isrtv.com. I've got to read from the script there, cowboy. I tell you what, let's take it back up to the booth with Matthew Close and George Wood.
All right, George, lights out on that pace car, getting ready to come green. This will be the final restart, most likely, unless they wreck going into turn 1, which it's possible with only 6 laps to go as the green flag drops.
Yeah. We've got Sam Edwards restarting in 9th. We have Chalmers Parker, 41, restarting 14th. He's got to make up 6 spots if he wants to win this championship.
Remember, it is a 2-point lead he has, so he doesn't necessarily have to pass him, just be right behind him when that flag drops at the end.
Well, he makes quick work of the 40 car, and he's looking up on the high side here. Back in 13th, looking on the outside of the 97. He's going to yield easily. Picked up 2 easy spots. He's driving like a bat out of hell.
And that 5 is 2, as he's already working over the number 10 of John Abbott to take 7th place. Working up onto the 9 as they go into 1. You got that 5 car moving forward just as quick as the 41 can.
Leader out with 0.3 of a second lead as the 41 is now making mincemeat of the whole entire field. He has now moved up into the 12th position.
Alright, we'll keep you up to date on that points battle. There's 5 to go. They're taking 4 to go this time by. You got Chad Cole on the inside of the 46 going into turn 1, looking not to win a war but to win the battle tonight.
Yeah. 36 car moving out to a 0.4 advantage already. Moving out quick, but you have the 5 car in 7th place. The 41 of Chalmers Parker now working the inside, giving a bump to the 3 back in 13th, trying to give everything he can. He's going to get loose. It's 3 wide going into 1.
And after he bumps that 3, John Milway and some not so kind words coming over the radio, but he's got to get the move
loose
on.
Into the 3.
Back up
Looking
front.
here as they go in here into 41 car now moving. He's up into 12th position. Sam Edwards now working into 6th. He's got 2 laps to go. Sam Edwards will win this point championship.
And we take the 2 to go. 36 out front by half a second as he's going into turn 3. About to come out of turn 4 to take the white as he's just going to cruise his way to victory. Doesn't look like Chad Cole will have enough time or even enough speed to have anything for him.
Yeah, Sam Edwards is now 0.7 of a second back on 5th spot. More important, he only has a couple car length lead on 7th place. As long as they can keep him on there, he is going to win this battle as the 41 picks up yet another position on the field, trying to close those points.
36 car Austin Stamper coming out of 4th after 125 laps. He is going to take the win tonight here at Iowa Speedway. And it looks like as they're coming through the line unofficially, your championship winner in the Can-Am RSR Sim Racing Series, the number 5, Sam Edwards, after a brutal war tonight. Chalmers Parker, the EOL, costing him all the points he had over Sam Edwards.
And again, Race Control and everybody giving their congratulations to Sam Edwards, as he is going to be your Can-Am Series point season winner this year. Complete heartbreak for the 41 and John Hanna this race, but I tell you what, Matt, that was just crazy exciting there the last 10 laps.
Always crazy exciting and everything, but we have to give credit to the guy who won the battle, the number 36, Austin Stamper. He's on the front stretch, getting ready to burn up what's left of those tires after these long laps. And there he goes, lighting them up, throwing some smoke out for the fans.
Yeah, burn them up, kid. You earned them. Race Engine Shop's not going to worry if you bring it back with the valve springs broke.
You got your 5, the championship winner, sitting there on the front stretch. Alright guys, and as we're trying to gather everybody together here to do their post-race interviews, we're going to step away, and we'll be right back here with the Can-Am Real Sim Racing League.
Join 5,000 plus other listeners where you can hear everything from big 80s metal to classic rock and roll, country radio, ETV, live sports radio, even adult and unplugged rock and roll. HDRadioNetwork.com, one of the fastest growing internet radio networks, HDRadioNetwork.com. Take it with you, cowboy. Get the mobile app for Android, iPhone, iPad, and all the rest from TuneIn.com.
User left your channel.
InsideSimRacing.tv, the fastest show on the internet. Sim racing news and reviews since 2007, with new shows every week.
Alright guys, we're back from commercial break here with the Can-Am Real Sim Racing Series. We've got a few of the guys who finish up front here tonight, and so George, you've got Chad Cole with you, don't you?
Yeah, our runner-up here, Chad Cole on the 8 machine. I tell you what, you definitely had your hands full there with the 36 of Austin Stamper. Tell me what it was like.
Too few laps left. That's what it was like. Yeah, I just needed more time there. So hard to pass here too. You really needed to work all lanes there. If you stuck on the bottom, you just needed that extra lane up top to try to complete a pass. You saw that, I'm sure, throughout the broadcast. A lot of side-by-side, good racing there. Had a fun night.
Yeah, we definitely saw that the fast guys, or the veterans of the A and the B series that you guys run here at RSR, were trying to get single file as quick as they could, just so that way you guys could click down some fast laps.
Yeah, for sure. When you guys get single file, you just get so much faster than when you're racing side by side with someone, and it's tough. People were working some strategy, taking 2 tires to try to get up front, and I think some of that happened late too, and it's kind of a mess. Tough to pass out there.
Yeah, definitely. You think 2 tires was a little bit better than 4 there for the last 20-lap run?
I actually never took 2 throughout the night, so if 2 would have got me out front to the lead, then yeah, I'd say 2, because once you get out front, it's just so hard to pass that guy, because you have the preferred
Yeah,
line.
I can imagine. Hindsight's always 20/20, but Austin Stamper is definitely the class of the night. Chad Cole, 2nd place. Any sponsors you'd like to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank hippiespaintshop.com. He does some great paint work for me, and ETV, of course. You guys do awesome races on Monday and Thursday nights as well for us.
All right, Chad Cole, no stranger to victory lane down here. I'm going to swing it over here to ETV Matt Close. He's got our championship winner, Sam Edwards, here in the booth.
Yeah, his first and third place from the race side that they disappeared. I'm down here with Sam Edwards, your championship winner for the Can-Am RSR Sim Racing Series. Sam, you had a heartbreak there when you went around, I'm guessing, but to see that the 41 at Chalmers Parker got the penalty for causing the caution, what emotions did you have at that moment?
It was almost kind of speechless. You know, it all happened in front of me, and it looked like Chalmers got into whoever it was. I'm not sure of the other car. And with the claim rule here with the Can-Am series, I figured he would go into the back. I actually thought I was going to squeak through there, and I think I got into the John or the 3 car and just barely locked it down and stayed off the wall and was just hoping and praying nobody come barreling in there and days of thundering it. But it was a lot of emotions because you run all season and run 125 laps tonight, and Chalmers and I was one position apart for most of the night and running together. So I knew I had to just stay around him, and but it was definitely a relief once he did claim the caution there.
And what were your frustrations as you led most of the race? So you definitely had a powerful car on the short runs. What were your frustrations like when you got behind those couple of drivers and you started to struggle a little bit in the pack?
Well, as Chad said, it was very difficult to pass. You could run the top, you could run the middle, and you could run the bottom. So you had some options there, which is nice. But it was difficult to pass, and you don't want to burn your car up either. So it was a lot of just kind of saving the tires because of who knows if we get a 75-lap green flag run. That you'll burn your stuff up in a hurry. So it was a lot of riding. The car was a little bit better than what I was showing at all times. Just got to take care of it.
All right, so you got your Can-Am Real Sim Racing champion here, Sam Edwards. Who got it done for you this whole season to let you win this championship?
Well, first off, thanks for broadcasting the race tonight. I know ETV does a heck of a job with everything they do. Everybody at the Can-Am Real Sim Racing Late Model Series was a lot of fun, and everybody at Gale Force Racing as well, from all of our DWC drivers all the way down to late model guys. There's not a day goes by that you don't learn something new. So a lot of wealth of knowledge being passed around over there. So thank you to y'all.
All right, so congrats to Sam Edwards being the championship. We're going to send it over to JD to close out our show.
Hey, I'll tell you what, this is short track racing like you've never seen before, Cowboy, and I'll tell you what, I love this stuff. My only exposure was several years back in North Carolina, a little track called Orange County Speedway. And for those of you that live out in the North Carolina area, I'll tell you what, I had no better time than at that speedway one night. We helped open the place up, and we helped unlock the gates when it was over with, about 3 o'clock in the morning. But I'll tell you what, there's a whole lot more racing coming your way live on ETV Live. Hey, check this out, Cowboy. Dwayne Vincent holding down the fort with the Real Sim Racing Full Throttle Cup Series. And let me tell you something, 2013, it's been full throttle all the way. Guy Snyder, he's just sitting 26 points back, but the game ain't over yet, Cowboy. On Tuesday nights, ETV Live Team Racing Series, sponsored by HD Radio Network. I'll tell you, things are heating up over there. A little bit of drama taking place over the last couple of weeks. Wednesday nights, back in the saddle again this week with Maritime iRacing League Short Track Racing, little Canadian outfit. And I'll tell you what, if you're into short track, late model, door banging, bumper banging stuff, you want to tune in on Wednesday nights, 7 o'clock. Thursday night, 9:30, back again with Real Sim Racing Asphalt Assault Series, sponsored by Inside Sim Racing TV. And I'll tell you something, things are heating up over there as well. Eric Brundle's holding down the fort, and he's only 9 points out in front of Matt Lacrosse on the Thursday night Real Sim Racing Asphalt Assault Series. And then, hey, you want a night of fun, get the popcorn, Coronas, and corn dogs ready. Friday night, 9:30, Super Speedway Cup Series. And this is shootout, short track style, Cowboy. Heat races, A main and the B main, and I'll tell you, it's a ton of fun. So the lineup here, 5 nights a week at ETV Live. Check it out, etv-eplay.net. For Matt Close, George Wood, Laura Lawson, John Westling, and the whole crew here at Real Sim Racing. We'll catch you Monday night.
God, that was total garbage, Matt.